5, 4.
That was good. So first, I'm going to start Bianca's eyes using this eyelid primer. It's from Morphe. I got it at Ulta. It's like $7 or $8, so it's not anything too crazy. I just like to put it on underneath so the eyeshadow sits and doesn't crease throughout the day, especially if you're at the comp running around all day and you have multiple teams. It just makes it stay a little bit better. So I'll just put that on both eyes. I just apply it with my finger. Nice and easy. Good. I'm going to go in with my Sweet Tart Double Shot palette. Again, I got this at Ulta. I believe this was like 36 or 40 bucks, but there's affordable options everywhere. The most important colors are going to be this lighter brown, this medium brown, and this darker brown to achieve the smoky eye. So first, I'm going to start with this light brown shade. I saw the makeup gurus do this. And I'm just going to apply this all over the lid to give a good transition shade, something that all the colors can blend into later. So I'll just cover her lid. I'm going to go in with this middle shade right here. It's a little bit darker brown, but not our deepest brown that we're going for. This one I'm going to mainly focus on the outer corner and then to the middle of her eye crease, because if she opens her eye, where her eyelid creases, that's where we want to focus it. So we're staying in the outer corner and then to the middle of that crease, starting to add some dimension into the eye. Then I'm gonna go back in with that first color and just blend those together. Just a little tap to blend it so it's not any harsh lines. Then I'm going to go in with the darkest shade. And this one I'm going to only focus on her outer corner to deepen up it and make sure that we're seeing the different layers, showing different definitions in the eye. Then once again, I'm gonna go into that top lightest shade and just blend this out so it's not so harsh. And then I will deepen up that outer corner even more. And then one more time with the lightest shade, just to blend it all together. Because the most important part of a smoky eye is showing the layers, making sure we're going from lightest to darkest, but then blending them together. So that way it's not harsh cuts and more blended and looks more seamless. Then for the last step, you can use a glitter, but this shade right here in this palette I love because it does add that shimmer. I'm gonna just apply it with my finger and I just tap it into her lid. So now once I've tapped it on a little bit, I am gonna add a little bit to this brush and just pack it in there. Just so it shows up. And then once we move on to our face makeup, we'll just brush away the fallout from the glitter. If you're using a loose glitter or something like this, you're gonna get a lot of fallout with it, especially if you're tapping it into the eye, so that's something else that you wanna look out for. This is a Sephora glitter in Diamond Crush. Another option is liquid glitters, like this Stila one, or they also have e.l.f. option. This one is on a stick and then you can brush it onto the eye. So I'll just put this over the other one just so you can see. Just brush it straight on. Just adds a little bit of shimmer to the overall look. And then again, something I like to do after I finish with that middle section of my eye, I will take my brush I used on the darkest and I'll just kind of blend the glitter out. And then same thing with the lightest shade, just focusing on that glitter to that inner corner to the middle of the eyelid.
So pretty. Give us a smile. Me? Yeah.
Bianca went ahead and put on navy for her under eye liner. So once you're done with your eyeshadow, or even before, you can put that on. But now I'm gonna go on top and do her outer wing on her top lid. So for this, I go straight from the outer corner and I just go right underneath her eyebrow. And I'll just draw a straight line down into her waterline. Then I will re-dip just to make sure I have enough product on my brush. And I'll go from the inner corner and I'll just line the top of her waterline. Not going super crazy high so it's not too dramatic because you don't want to cover up the smoky eye we just did. And then once I get that done, I'll go from about the middle of that wing and just connect it to that waterline and then fill in like so. When she opens her eye, you can still see the wing, but it's not taking away from the smoky eye or the glitter that we put in. So I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Just take my brush, go from the end of the eyebrow, just draw a straight line down. So next what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna take this Benefit Cookie highlighter. You can use any white shimmer eyeliner or any really sparkly eyeshadow or highlighter that you have. But what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put a little bit on my finger. I'm just gonna dab it into the inner corner of Bianca's eye, just to make the eye pop a little bit more. Pretty.
Like instant pop.
Told you. Next, we're gonna move on to eyelashes. You have a couple options. You can either use just mascara, or you can also opt in for some fake lashes. These are the Ardell Demi Wispy, so I'm gonna put these on Bianca right now. What I like to do is I hold them in my hand, and I'm gonna take the lash glue. This is a duo lash glue, and I put it directly onto the band, like so. I'm just gonna let this air dry for a second and get a little tacky so it sticks better to her lash line. So once you let that dry for a second and it gets a little tacky, you can go right in and you're gonna sit this on top of the lash line, nice and close. What I like to do is press in for a second and let the glue dry, so that way when she opens her eyes, they're not falling and flying away. And open. Yay!
Georgina.
Pretty girl. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye. Open. Good.